Hello everyone, Dan 14th Prime here. Doing a video share out today on the new addition to the collection. This is the Prime 1 Studio Jason Fabok inspired Penguin. This is the bonus deluxe version, ES of 350 on this one, and an ES of just 50 on the regular. So total ES only 400 on this piece. He's part of one of those high-low Dio sets, like we saw with Punchline and Joker on Throne. There's an overarching Batman that can hang over the top of this Penguin figure. But similar to the Joker Punchline set, I'm just going with the low rise of the two main villains. But really impressive piece, great design, great sculpt, paint, all that we expect from Prime 1. Lots of swap outs. This statue might have the best portrait set that I've ever seen on a Prime 1 offering. Let's jump in closer and check this guy out. Hey guys, before we jump into it, be sure to check me out at superherolounge.com. That's my growing online collectibles store, where you'll find premium collectibles, statues, action figures, and hardcover comics. Coming up on the holiday season here, be sure to browse our treasure hunt of in-stock and available products, and check out our growing availability of pre-order products from some of your favorite manufacturers like Iron Studios, Queen Studios, PCS, 3-0, and more, as well as all your favorite collectible omnibus. So give us a look and bookmark us, Superhero Lounge Collectible Store, superherolounge.com. All right, guys, so jumping in on this piece, this is probably my favorite setup and display. I think it just gives the most impact. It's got the biggest accessories on, the big open umbrella, the vulture over there on the left hand. And I like this head sculpt. It's fun. It's got the really pointy nose, the monocle, as well as the cigarette. Those two of which are really fine details that are a bit difficult to manage in the piece. Really small parts there, but if you can get it going, looks really, really good. Everything's sculpted here, but he's got this faux fur look going on. Really like that. We saw that with like the Batman Joker Dragon piece. They do that really well. Comes off really nice here too. Love it. But just really fantastic leather jacket. It's got the vest in there, the chains dangling. Nice white shirt underneath, bow tie. Coming all the way down, this big swooping jacket. Really sharp shoes down below. And a very simple base, but with a lot of great detail on it. Now let's check out this base. It's just fun. You get a couple of penguins over here. He's in some sort of like, I don't call it sewer, but you can see some pipes there in the corner. The base has a nice kind of snow frost effect on it. It's really subtle, but looks really good in person. Nothing overpowering, but a nice kind of complement to the kind of texture and color in the base. You can see these kind of decorative swirls up front. Brick stone kind of base. Obviously, you're noticing all the money and stuff that we'll see in the background coming up here. Coming around to that, I joked on my Instagram. I always unbox and post this stuff on my Instagram first. Same handle, Dan14 Prime. Be sure to check that out. Link down in the description below. But the amount of just stacks of money Prime 1 gives us here, it was just hilarious. Endless stacks of money. I guess with the way inflation is these days, Prime 1 just wants to make sure that that still looks like a lot of money for the years to come, which would certainly mean more rather than less. And he's got the gold coin stacks, things like this. You'll see those placed around this bag of cash here is really nice. Check out the shoes there, look really nice. Swing out this way. All this money, best I can tell, just sits here. There was sort of like a magnet here in the corner that I thought all these were going to be magnetized, but it didn't feel that way as I kind of went across. So I kind of set them up the way the instructions asked, but you probably have some flexibility here as well. It's quite a bit around back of this piece, but again, it's all just kind of for kind of accenting and decoration, but really fun. Let's just get low here on the penguin. We can check out the penguins here. Might be tough to pick out, but a nice texture all across the penguins, all across their big white bellies and all of that. So they look nice, just little simple pieces off there to the side. On the penguin himself here, you can see really sharp set of shoes. The pants really look good with the way he's got that stance, kind of with the leg back, leg forward. The way the leather jacket kind of just flowing. Looks really good. Again, all this nice fur. Up into this very decorative patterned vest. You get all the buttons, you get all this kind of, I don't know what it would be, floral, but maybe not floral pattern all across that vest and the gold chain there. all of that sculpted in. Looks really fantastic. And let me just jump over here as well to show you this nice, the leather jacket flow, just the creasing, the wrinkling, so natural. Blowing in the wind, all the way to the little curled tips on the end. Just looks really, really good. Fantastic job with the jacket. Then let's just get the rest of the way up here. I love the white shirt behind the vest. That looks really good. I wish they would have done the Joker piece, something more like that. I kind of complained about that. The bow tie, super sharp. So just great paint lines in there. Fantastic. You can check out the pose. He's got the umbrella kind of over the shoulder. Real working umbrella. The other pose closes it up. And then here he's got this leather glove. Again, all sculpted. This sort of strap hanging down from it. And then the vulture here. A lot of nice feathered out detail in there. Check out that nasty neck and everything. Now, I mentioned the swap outs on this piece are fantastic, particularly the portraits, but let's take a look at these. First thing, just the left hand. Of course, we've got the vulture here. We can pull him out. He's actually two pieces, but best to kind of put him together to the side and then just put the hand in. So I'm just going to pull this out. And there's a swap out here where you can see it's just a hand holding a pocket watch. That sits back in there. You can get that look if you want something a little less busy or just smaller. Let's check out the portraits. I love this one. Long pointy nose. Maybe a bit difficult to see looking straight at you. But it's got the cigarette detail in there, which is tough. You have to like put that into a very small drilled hole at a particular angle. But if you can get it in there, I think it's fun. And then this gold chain as well. It's a real chain, hangs down, and you somehow tuck it into that jacket. Again, somehow it worked, but that was kind of a frustrating detail too. But this is probably my favorite portrait, but we get such variety. And there goes some of those fine details let's pull this head sculpt off, and there you'll see some of these fine details kind of pop. But here, just to give you a sense of the nose on this guy, the length. Very classic inspired penguin nose. Let's jump to this one next. A cool little detail there. It gets kind of lost on the statue. Monocle as well. I've called this sort of like Colin Farrell sort of inspired look. That's the vibe I get from that one. It's good, probably my least favorite of the four, but that is an option. And like I said, it's great to have such unique variety. And while we're sticking with the Hollywood theme, check this one out. The DeVito 89 inspired. Really cool, just crazy big hair sculpt on him too. Great teeth. Get this guy on there. Look at that. It looks really good on the statue. Very pale and white, big black eyes, teeth, gnarly, big honking pointy nose. I mean, this statue can do anything for you, as you're seeing. Then the last one here, which I like as well, it's classic. You can see smaller nose, monocle, which is a separate piece there. It just popped off. That's just another one of those fine details. It's a little suspect. He's got a really small peg in his face where that just pegs in. And it's sort of just a plastic thing, but less hassle with the chain. It sort of just goes halfway down his face and then just disappears into his fur of his jacket. So a little easier to display. More teeth. All these portraits have some version of teeth showing. This one particularly looks good with the pocket watch in the left hand. So fantastic set of portraits. Now let's give a look to the umbrella. So the umbrella here, again, real working umbrella, two parts to it. We just pull that guy off like that. Okay, a little difficult to do behind the camera, but up here, there's like this, I'll call it button, big plastic tab, and behind that is the button that'll let you fold that back up. Looks like we need to get past this button as well, so push that down. You can bring it all the way back together, and you can tie it up. I've got the tied up umbrella. There's some options up top. I've got the knife thing. They just pop out real simple. And I guess this thing is sort of like the gun end. Probably push that in further. Yeah, make it flush. So if you want the gun, you get that. And then finally, just a little nub if you just want a regular umbrella, get a regular tip. Then back to this guy, we can take out the right arm. Be careful of the penguin behind him. You can either remove that piece entirely or just be careful. Just quick pro tip, they do provide some black felt that you can use on that shoulder to like rest the umbrella on. Just make sure you don't get any scratching on the statue. You just like cut strips off here. It's self-adhesive, and you just kind of put it where the umbrella would lay to not scratch the statue. Me, I find you can actually just lay it on the fur, so that works just as well. If you didn't notice when we went around the statue, but this umbrella holding hand got a little pinky extension going. Then we can put in the arm that will hold the umbrella across the body. And then the left hand, we need actually the hand that will hold the underside of the umbrella. So we get rid of the stopwatch, or pocket watch I meant. And here's just an open hand you can see. Set that in there like that. These hands really go deep. So be sure you push it all the way in past all that fur. Then here we can take our folded up umbrella. I've put the knife back on the end and slide that onto the handle, resting it on the hand. So we can get this look, zoom back a bit, show you the tip. And this looks good too. I don't know, I just like maybe the umbrella over the shoulder. It just opens up the front of the piece a bit more. Gives it some more presence, I think, but depending on how you're displaying this and how you light it, I could also see the umbrella over the shoulder being a challenge, casting some shadows, maybe things like that. But good to have two very distinct options, all these different head sculpts. Man, I love this thing. Always great when we get into the Batman rogues, especially something other than Joker. So for that reason, this guy was a must-buy for me. I think Prime 1 really knocked it out of the park. All right, guys, thanks for checking out the video. Again, be sure to check me out at the Superhero Lounge. Link down in the description below. Give us a look for some of your collectible hardcover comic shopping. And be sure to check out my Instagram, same handle, Dan14th Prime. Link down in the description below as well. We'll find saved down in my story, the full kind of unboxing, assembly, first reactions, things like that with the piece. All right, guys, see you next time.